at home. I believe you are doing well and you are not disturbing daddy and mommy too much and you are taking your studies seriously. Alright, God bless you. We are here again today for another lesson. And today the subject we are considering is social studies. Then the lesson or the topic we are going to consider in this subject is one of the interesting topic to us. And the topic is what is the topic? Religion. Can we say it together? Religion. Under this topic, we are going to learn many subtopics in it. That will make it very, very interesting. Now, if I may ask, what is religion? What is religion? This is not a new lesson to us. It's the lesson we've been considering before in our previous classes. Then today we are going to take it in another dimension. Religion is defined as a belief in and worship of a supreme being. I take it again. Religion is defined as a belief in and worship of a supreme being. Alright, in other words, it can also be stated as a relationship of a person with God. Everybody in the universe have his or her own God that he or she believes and worship. So your relationship between you and that God that you worship can be said to be a religion. Alright, there are so many religion or religious practices in the world today. Example, we have the traditional religion. We have the Christianity as a religion. We have Islam as a religion. We have Buddhism. We have Hinduism, Judaism, Confucianism, and the rest of them. There are so many. And that is what we are going to briefly consider in our lesson today. Alright, let's write a little before we talk again. Alright, friends, as I have said earlier, that the religion can be defined as a belief in and worship of a supreme being, a supreme deity. Alright, that is what we have on the board. And it can also be said to be a relationship a person has with God. Here are a few examples of religion. We have the traditional religion, the Christianity religion, Islamic religion, Buddhism religion, Judaism, Confucianism, Jainism, Shinto. There are many. These are the few ones we can put down. Now, out of these religions or religious groups in the world, it is not all of them that are practiced in Nigeria. Now we then look at the main religious groups in Nigeria. And in Nigeria, there are only 3 major religious groups that are in practice in Nigeria. And these religious groups are, the 3 major religious groups in Nigeria are, number 1, the traditional religion, the Christianity religion, and the Islamic religion. Alright, when we talk about the traditional religion, this has been the religion that has been there before the introductions of the Christianity and Islamic into the country. Now, when we talk about the traditional religion, we are talking about this is a religion whereby people believe in the existence of a being or gods or goddesses as the case may be. And they believe that they cannot approach this supreme being just like that. And they have a priest that they always consult in order for them to have access to their God. And the traditional worshippers worship in shrines. The traditional worshippers worship in the shrines. And they have their belief. And they have festivals also that they hold to honor their gods. Now the traditional worshippers also believe, please take notes, the traditional worshippers also believe in the spirits of their ancestors. That's their their grand or great grandfathers that have gone many years ago. They also believe that the spirit of their ancestors always walk and be with them. Alright, in the traditional religion, they carry out or practice sacrifices to their gods using different animals to appease their god. And they also practice the masquerade, using masquerade to do what? Doing their festival to honor their god. Another thing we should also note about the traditional religion is that they have different names for their god. Here in Nigeria, the names used by traditional worshippers to describe or they call on their gods, you have the Amadioha, as practiced and believed by the Igbo people. You have the Sango god, you have the Oshun god, as practiced and worshipped by the Yorubas. You have the Obatala god, and you have even here in Efik land also, they have a god that they believe and worship, and that is the Epeyon and other ones that they deem fit to worship. Alright, we want to write a little about the traditional religion. Alright, my friends, we've seen the traditional religion as a religion practiced by those that do not belong to maybe the Christianity or the Islamic religion. We have said that they have different names for their gods, and they worship different gods or goddesses. Where do they worship? We have said that the traditional worshippers worship in shrines. Then also the traditionalists believe in the spirit of their ancestors. Their great grandparents that were there before them. They believe that the spirit of such people is still with them. Then such example we have such as the Amadioha, the Sango, Obatala, Ologun, and the rest. There are many. Another thing we should note is that traditional worshippers hold festivals to honor their gods or goddesses. And during this festival, I have said that they don't fail to carry out the masquerade representation. Alright, after the traditional religions, we are looking at Christianity religion. Christianity religion, the worshippers in this group are called Christians. Who are these Christians? They are the people that practice the laws of God and follow the teachings of Jesus Christ as stated or written in the Holy Bible. Alright, Christians also worship in the church. Christians also worship in the church. Then the service is conducted by a pastor or a reverend father, as the case may be. Alright, when we talk about pastors, we have different ranks of pastors. But here we are just using a pastor or a reverend father. Alright, Christians celebrate two important festivals. That's what we want to take note of. What are these festivals? The Christmas and the Easter. We have the Christmas celebrations and Easter celebration. At Christmas, the Christians all over the world try to remember the birth of Jesus Christ. Then at Easter, Christians believe that Jesus, the founder of Christianity, died and rose again from death. He did not just die as a founder, he rose again. That is why this festival is very, very important to Christians. Alright, Christians, another thing we have to know about Christians is that the Christians have cross as their symbol, and they make their pilgrimage to Jerusalem. I guess somebody asks, what is pilgrimage? What is pilgrimage? You want to know? A pilgrimage is a journey made to a holy or to a holy land. It is a journey made to a holy, that is a sacred place. That's what a pilgrimage is. Then lastly, for today, we want to look at the Islamic religion. That's another religion we want to briefly look at. The Islamic religion. The worshippers believed in Allah and the teaching of his prophet called Muhammad. That's what they believe. And there are certain things we need to know about the Muslims. Number one, they worship. Where do they worship? They worship in the mosque. And what is their day of worship? They worship mostly on Fridays. The Friday is afternoon. Alright, apart from that, there are certain practices that the Muslims believe. The worshippers in Islamic religion are called Muslims. And there are certain things that they believe which we want to look at. Number one, they believe in giving of alms. Number two, they believe in praying 5 times a day. Number three, they believe, another thing they believe or practice importantly is that they are to fast from sunrise, to sunset during the month of Ramadan. Another thing they also believe is that every Muslim, a true Muslim, should make their pilgrimage to their holy land. And I guess somebody asked, if Jerusalem is the holy place the Christians travel to, where do Muslims travel to? The Muslims, they make their pilgrimage to Mecca. Please take note. Christians make their pilgrimage to Jerusalem, while the Muslims make their pilgrimage to Mecca. Is that okay? Alright, apart from that, the holy book used by Muslim is called Quran. The holy book used by the Muslims is called Quran. And the Muslims have the sun, the moon and star as their symbol. That's what you should take note of. If you are asked, what are the symbols of Muslims or Islamic religion? It is the moon and the star. That's their symbol. Alright, we want to write a little. Remember where they worship, where they visit doing their pilgrimage and their practices. Alright. Alright, friends. Here is what we have for the Islamic religions. Islamic religion, we said that the worshippers in this religion are called Muslim. And they believe in Allah and follow the teachings of Prophet Muhammad as stated in Holy Quran. The Muslims worship in the mosque on Friday. The service is usually led by an imam. So if you are asked who conducts service in the mosque, the answer is imam, not pastor. It is an imam that conducts worship in the mosque. Now, the Muslims have their important festivals as well as the Christians, and their festivals are the Eid al-Fitr, the Eid al-Kabir, and Eid al-Mawlud. These are their festivals. Alright, another thing we should need to note about the Muslim is that some of the teachings of the Muslims include, I have said that the Muslims pray 5 times a day. If you are a Muslim, it is expected that you pray 5 times a day. Another one is that a true Muslim is to give alms to the poor among us. Another one is that the Muslim fast from sunrise to sunset during the Ramadan. Alright, Muslims have the moon and star as their symbol. Then they make their pilgrimage to Mecca. Don't forget. The Christians make their pilgrimage to where? To Jerusalem, while Muslims make their pilgrimage to Mecca. Alright, with this, we've come to the end of this, our discussion, our lesson today. But before we go, we want to take down some assignment. Alright.
Start.
Alright, friends. These are the few questions we have for our assignment for today. Number 1 question says, define religion. What's the meaning of religion? Number 2, list 6 examples of religion. We listed some. Out of what we listed, list 6 of them. Number 3, mention the major religious groups in Nigeria. What are the major religious groups in Nigeria? Then number 4, that worship in the shrine. Which religious sects worship in the shrine? Alright, number 5, worship in the mosque is conducted by dash. Who conducts worship in the mosque? That's the Muslim worship. Who conduct it? Number 6. Christians make their pilgrimage to dash. Where do Christians go to for their pilgrimage? Alright, with this, we've come to the end of today's lesson. It's been an interesting moment with you. I am Mrs. Comfort Bassi. I say bye for now.